Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track More Than Misery by the English rock band Caskets. This is the third single to be released from their sophomore album Relfections, which does drop on August 11th, and they've also recruited Telle from The Word Live to assist them on vocal duties with this particular track, who have also been releasing some really interesting content such as New Reality, and I know they've got a couple more tracks in the pipeline which we'll be getting to hear very soon. But for Caskets, they've certainly been gaining a lot of traction with their very unique sound, all brought forward by Matt Flood, who has this very emotive voice. It really is the standout point on a lot of their music and really does shine through, and certainly based on the strength of their debut album Lost Souls, they'll be looking to continue that momentum forward and continue growing as a band, as they have started to do certainly in the UK and are starting to gradually spread out into Europe and places such as America. So will this latest single be full of misery or happiness? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
That you cast and I can't help but love misery you're feeding me. Tell me how you made it so hypnotizing and why you made me not want to go. I'd sacrifice or pay the price.
So already we can see that, like most of their tracks, it is touching on the idea of really fractured relationships. And we can certainly see this idea of entrapment, this idea of being under a spell. It's hypnotizing. So this person has hypnotized somebody else and they know they're in a bad relationship, but they just kind of hang on for dear life, just hoping that things will get better rather than just kind of break things off. That idea of I'd sacrifice or pay the price. So you kind of give up a lot of yourself to be in this situation. And it's something that the band have touched on very heavily, and it really works with that emotive sound that we do have that really helps them to focus a lot of their music around the idea of love.
Let me hear it, I won't shy away, 'cause I believe you'll free me, break your spell and tie me from the chains. I could honestly say it's like a fight for me to breathe every day, but I'm okay. Into the unknown, I can honestly say my life's worth more than misery.
And I like how they're bringing some of these heavier elements. Certainly with them getting Telle on board, I'm expecting him to come in probably to the breakdown of this track and really add some power and some emphasis to that. But we can see that they're kind of keeping the levels relatively reasonable. And Matt Flood, again, just really drawing out these notes, really elevating his voice, which again adds to that emotive feel. And I just like how the lyrics are just very simple and easy to understand. It's like a fight for me to breathe into the I can't honestly say my life's worth more than misery. So this idea that you need to break free. This person is accepting that they are in a difficult position. I think for Matt, he does actually kind of base a lot of these songs from personal perspective as well. It's something that he's often done quite a lot of, so really adds again to that emotive feel, because it's kind of from a personal experience of having to break away from somebody or someone putting him under a spell almost in a relationship.
I'm sick of all the sleepless nights, criticizing to make this right. It's like a curse, and now it hurts, it really hurts. And now you only ever want to twist my words. Spending time with you, it only makes me worse. Your soul is misery, set me free. I could honestly say it's like a fight for me to breathe every day, but I'm okay. Into the unknown, I can honestly say my life's worth more than misery.
And I like the idea of this lyric, into the unknown. It's this idea that sometimes people just would rather be in a bad relationship than be alone, because they don't know how to survive just as a singular person, and they kind of look for somebody to fix their problems or really be their other half of them, to complete them rather than completing themselves. So I like the reference to that, into the unknown, because if they are on their own, they don't know what to do with themselves or what the future will bring.
I don't fear it, I won't shy away. spell, tie me from the chains. I don't fear you, I don't need to pray. Rain, just come and wash this all away. When I feel like I'm nothing, feel like I'm breaking, and I see the darkness creeping in, I know that you're watching, know that you're praying, that this pain will never end, but I was born to break free, and you will never break me. So we have to listen. I can honestly say,
One thing I really do love about that is I love how we're reaching this boiling point where you really know that you need to break free, and that's when they bring Telle Smith in. He has these much more aggressive tones to his voice, so really compliments Matt to work to bring him on board for this kind of track where you're breaking the change. You're really showing that boiling point of aggression where that snap is finally happening, of actually kind of breaking out from that spell. So I really like the way they've done that. Brought in another vocalist who has that more aggressive tone that really does amplify that actual effect that they're trying to show through the track.
it's like a fight for me to breathe every day, but I'm okay. Into the unknown, I can honestly say my life's worth more than misery.
I certainly did really enjoy that track. I love the simplicity. We do see it with a lot of their tracks. They don't often really over kind of complicate the messages. It is often revolving around the idea of fractured relationships. It's something that they are really good at focusing on, and I just love the way they brought Telle in for this. It was a really good idea to get him to just come to that end point of the song as we're ramping up to that boiling point. Such a smart decision from the band to actually do that, and as much as Matt probably could get away with doing it, he doesn't have that aggressiveness to his voice that Telle does. He has that much more emotive feel, so really smart decision. And again, more strong guitar work from the band. They really do put on an instrumental buffet of really just lots of different interesting sounds, and we like to play with the melodies as well. So I'm really excited to see how this Relfections album is going to sound as a whole, but certainly from the 3 singles we've heard so far, it's certainly shaping up to be a very strong album. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comment section below. Are you quite excited for the album? Do you feel this is the best of the 3 tracks we have heard so far? I would love to know your thoughts. And as always, if you want to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.